What's up, everybody? So as you guys can see by the thumbnail, this video is going to be somewhat of a life update about, why I haven't been uploading as often as I used to. And I also want to apologize in advance if I sound a bit funky or if you hear me sniffling throughout the video, because I'm just now getting over being sick. So please bear with me. Just a side note before I get into all the details, but my Planet Fitness got a few new machines. And this chest press is probably the best one they've gotten because I've never been to a gym that's had one of these. And when I hopped on here, boy, it felt so good. So I think I'm going to enjoy doing chest days at this Planet Fitness from now on. All right, with that being said, let's get into what's been going on these past couple of months. So if you guys haven't noticed, I'm covered in freckles from head to toe. But as well as those freckles, I also have a lot of moles. And those of you who know, moles can be chill or they can become a problem later on in the future. I've had a few potentially problematic moles removed throughout my life, so I was no stranger to having issues with some moles. But recently there was this one mole that was starting to concern me more than any mole has before. This mole in particular would itch and then it would bleed a little bit, and that would happen on and off for a few months. And me being stubborn, I just let it keep going and going and never went to the dermatologist or never got it checked out. So back towards the end of August, I finally decided to make a dermatologist appointment to get it checked out. The dermatologist agreed that it was a little concerning the way that mole was acting. So they cut it out so they could send it to the pathologist to examine it a little closer to see what was going on with it. And just like any sane person would do, I was Googling like crazy what could possibly be wrong and why this mole was doing what it was doing. As you can imagine, that was a big mistake because the next 2 weeks waiting for the results drove me insane. So fast forward 2 weeks into September, and I'm at Universal Studios the day after my birthday to, celebrate. Then my phone rings, and when I look, of course, it's the dermatologist. My anxiety shoots through the roof before I answer because I'm just thinking worst case scenario. I answer the phone, they tell me they got the results back, and of course, they tell me it came back as melanoma. For those of you who don't know what melanoma is, it's pretty much the worst type of skin cancer you can get. Now, I know what you're thinking. Man, that probably ruined your day at Universal, didn't it? You are absolutely correct. Even though I was getting on the rides, trying to have fun, that thought was in the back of my mind the rest of the day. The dermatologist also told me that they were referring me to Moffitt Cancer Center and that they would be calling me within the week. Luckily, my son's mom worked for Moffitt, so she was able to talk to some people that kind of sped up the process of me getting my appointments set up. My first appointment was at the end of September, which was my consultation where they talked to me about what they're going to do, how the surgery was going to go, and all the good stuff. After the consultation, I set up my surgery date, which was in late October. Before setting the surgery date, I was a little concerned because I thought they were going to be booked way, way far out. In case you didn't know, Moffitt is one of the top-notch cancer institutes there is. As I'm counting down the days till my surgery, I have my pathology report and I'm Googling every single thing that's on this list, and I'm just making myself worry even more and even more and even more. Fast forward to my surgery day, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm not new to major surgeries. And just a fair warning, I'm gonna be putting a couple pictures up of throughout the healing process. So what it looked like on day one and a couple days later, and then what it looks like while it's healed. So if that's gonna trigger you or gross you out, I suggest you fast forward this part. So this first set of pictures is the day of the surgery. This is what it looked like when I got home. And where that big bandage is on my stomach, that's the area that the mole was in. So that's why it has the big bandage, because that's where they had to do most of the cutting. The two sets of stitches towards the top by my armpit is where they had to do what's called a lymph node biopsy to make sure that the melanoma didn't spread to any of my lymph nodes. And the reason there's two sets of stitches is because the surgeon didn't want to make one long cut, so he decided to do two separate cuts so that I didn't have one huge scar going down the side there. These next set of pictures are 48 hours after surgery, because I wasn't allowed to take the bandage off or shower or anything for 48 hours, which drove me insane. As you can see, there was some pretty decent bruising going on, so it was a little uncomfortable to be laying down because I had to stay on my back. I couldn't lay on my right side, and when I laid on my left side, it was still uncomfortable, so I pretty much had to lay on my back every time I laid down. These last set of pictures are what it looks like now. These are more recent pictures. I'm pretty sure this is as good as it's gonna get as far as healing goes. I haven't really been putting like any cream or anything on it to stop it from scarring, because I honestly don't care about having scars on my body. So after getting that call and getting the diagnosis, it kind of sent me in a downward spiral mentally. From that day moving forward, I barely went to the gym, let alone recorded anything. I was pretty depressed, so I just wanted to sit home and do nothing and not go anywhere. And then after the surgery, of course, I definitely couldn't go to the gym, so that was another like month and a half of me not being able to go to the gym. So all I did was sit at home, play video games, and eat. And when I say eat, I mean I ate. I ended up gaining all the weight back that I previously lost, and then I even gained more on top of that. So now I'm starting over from an even higher weight than I was from when I started last year. But now that the melanoma's been taken out and cleared out, I'm trying to get back to the mentality that I had before all of this happened. But now I'm finally back in the gym. I've been back for a little over 2 weeks now. Been slowly getting back into it, trying to work my way up back to where I was. So that's just my little update for you guys about where I've been and why I haven't been uploading as much. But I'm definitely going to be getting back into it. I'm going to be uploading a lot more often. So I hope you guys stick around and stay with me. If you've made it this far into the video, I just want you to know I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to my little life update here. If you guys have any questions, whether it's about the melanoma or even the workout, just please feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to get back to all of you guys. And as always, make sure to share, hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button to help support me and all my future videos. I'll catch you guys on the next one.